The book of Judges begins with the death of Joshua. And this looks like a crisis for Israel. Moses died, but he had selected a successor. Joshua was going to be a successor, and Joshua had been specially equipped. He had been given some of the glory and the power and the spirit of Moses so that he can carry on Moses and complete Moses' work. Moses brought Israel out of Egypt, brought them through the wilderness to the edge of the land. And then a new Moses, Joshua, is going to carry on the conquest and bring them into the land. Joshua has no Joshua of his own. There's no successor to Joshua. And it looks like this is a crisis moment for Israel when Joshua dies and leaves Israel without leaders. John Barrett, a number of years ago, taught a course for Theopolis on Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. And he interprets the beginning of Judges not as a crisis moment for Israel, but rather in terms of Jesus' statement to his disciples. It is good for you that I go away. Joshua dies, but ultimately it's good that Joshua leaves. What happens in the book of Judges, there's a lot of mayhem and a lot of bad things happen in the book of Judges. But one of the things that happens in the book of Judges is that Joshua's leadership, his leadership of the conquest, gets extended out to a number of different judges. All of the judges are new Moseses bringing Israel out of a kind of Egypt, bringing liberation. All of them are kind of new Joshuas who are leading a conquest of some particular portion of the land, driving out the Canaanites and ensuring that the land and its abundance is available for Israel. They drive out the Midianites who are stealing the harvest from Israel so that Israel can enjoy the grain, new wine, and oil that the land produces for them. The other thing that happens when Joshua goes away is that the Spirit begins to spread out. The Spirit's not mentioned at all in the book of Joshua. The Spirit is mentioned 7 times in the book of Judges, and the Spirit falls on 4 different judges. The Spirit falls on Samson several times. Samson is the most spiritual man in the whole Bible. He receives the Spirit more often than anyone else in the Bible. The Spirit is unleashed when Joshua leaves. And when the Spirit is unleashed, that means that many others share in Joshua's conquest. We can see that as a type, of course, of Jesus' departure. It's good that Jesus goes away. When Jesus goes away, that means that there are now 12 leaders of the people of God, and they can accomplish things that Jesus himself couldn't accomplish. Greater things than I have done, greater things than these you shall do. When Jesus leaves, he sent his Spirit that spread out. And we think about this in terms of the book of Judges. We realize that Jesus is spreading out his Spirit, and Jesus is appointing other leaders in his church to preserve and to protect and to inherit the land and all the bounty. We are heirs of the world. And the sign of that we are heirs of the world is that we are heirs of this table, of Jesus' table, the bread and the wine that is the fulfilled grain, new wine, and oil that is given in the land. But it's not just Jesus who prepares and distributes bread and wine. It's many leaders in the church. It's many who are filled with the Spirit that spread out bread and wine for the people of God and protect the bounty of the land. It's good that Joshua goes away.